What's going on, guys? It's Savage Pit, Fanboy Guru, and I'm going to just talk about I'm trying to make this one real short. First off, I want to apologize to anyone who was watching the live stream of Bloodborne, or anyone who comes and watches it later. I will be picking it back up again, but that game had me mad. I had to rage quit. Rage quitting is one of my specialties. Anyone who's watched any of my Call of Duty streams, they know I ain't afraid to rage quit. And listen, I can't just be sitting there dying and shit. Like I said, I had to go take a smoke break and calm down, and you know what I'm saying, get my mind on point, and then come back and do it again. Like I said, I will be continuing that live stream. Speaking of live streams, I have bought the Order 1886. So from now until the division, from now until the division and Uncharted 4, that's basically all the games are going to be playing. And the three games that I'm going to be cycling through are going to be Bloodborne, Digimon, and what's the other game I just mentioned? Oh, the Order. But the Order, I can do that in one day. I just want to get the Platinum Trophy. I'm 4 trophies away. I literally got to inspect everything in the Order and do something with one of the guns. But none of that's hard. It's just time consuming. But now on to the point of the video. The point of the video is games this generation. Like what should we expect, and when is enough enough? Like example, right? With Destiny, okay? Destiny, Titanfall, and The Division. All three of these games, and actually even Street Fighter 5, all four of these games have something in common. Well, not all. Actually, yeah, they all do. And the main thing they have is that they were all multiplayer focused games, right? Whether they're multiplayer only or multiplayer focused is what my point is. And a lot of these games are coming out this way. This is the new wave of what we're going through as far as games, right? And I'm sure many people understand it, but that's my point. Like, when is enough gonna come enough, right? When are we gonna have and it would be bad for developers and publishers, but when are we gonna come to the point where lesser and lesser people stop pre-ordering games and buying games day one? I don't think that'll ever happen, but the reason why I feel it should be on a decline, or if not a decline, more people need PlayStation 4's YouTube channels, Twitter channels, or Twitter accounts. I think people need these things because of the fact that when games like Destiny drop, where you think you have all the content, and then what was about a year later, The Taken King comes out, and The Taken King, especially in my own opinion, would not have been a bad product, but it was just executed wrong. I feel as if, for someone like me, I bought the game the month it launched. I don't feel as if I should have to buy the game again to the point where I couldn't play the original copy of Destiny. You see what I'm saying? I bought the original, not the day one, but you know what I'm saying, the original Destiny. So when Destiny Taken King come out, I feel as if that was wrong to forcibly make me and everyone else pay again for this game to access content that should have been there since launch. And that is something that is continuing. Maybe not to that degree, but it's the same kind of formula. Like look at Titanfall. Titanfall had no campaign. Even to the day the game launched, they tried to defend the campaign. They tried to make sure to tell people that there was a campaign, but really there wasn't. You see what I'm saying? There was plenty of times where they spoke about the campaign in Titanfall, but it was never really there, and that was part of the reason why the game died. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I like Titanfall. I'm pumped for Titanfall 2, but that is part of the reason why it died. Content was not there that should have been there. And the crazy thing is like I said, we're living in a day where you could be playing a game 1 minute, and an hour later the developer can push out an update and the game could be completely different. But these games, these developers, these games, they don't want to update the games and give more of what they're supposed to. Like, I can applaud Black Ops 3. You know, people wonder why Call of Duty is such a giant and why there's still so many Call of Duties. Listen, Call of Duty gives out free camos. It's nothing groundbreaking, you know what I'm saying? But it's better than other companies who give out updates and don't change things or don't add nothing to the game that should have been there for free of charge or even next to nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to buy a season pass for Call of Duty to still access the content that's in there. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to buy it, even though it's cheaper, but you don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy another version of the game to access content that should have been in there since day one, like the Division, as I'm playing right now. Um, the Division is, we were shown other boroughs, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, we know now that the Division is going to launch with missing content. There will not be the other 4 boroughs. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there will be. I don't think it's going to launch at one borough, but for a fact, all 5 boroughs in New York City will not be there, and that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Especially for people, like, don't get me wrong, we know about it now. Just like with Street Fighter, you know, Capcom announced that Street Fighter wouldn't have the content that people are mad about now. They announced no arcade. They announced that the story mode would be lacking. They announced these things before Street Fighter V launched. But this is where Street Fighter V and the Division, in my opinion, come and play to the exact same thing. When the Division launched, okay, Ubisoft has told us we don't have all the content. I'm not getting it day one, but I will be definitely listening to reviewers and YouTubers to know their thoughts on on how the game launched, because I'm definitely want to know, like, okay, are the servers going to work? Will people be able to log on? Will they be able to, you know what I'm saying? Will they be able to access their data and the data save? Will the game function even though it won't have what it's supposed to have at its core? You know, and again, like I said, there's a point where we just got to say, even if it functions, it needs to come as a package deal. You know, nobody, to no degree, I don't give a fuck if it's a fighting game, a shooting game. You know what I'm saying? People are still talking about Street Fighter 5, right? But the thing about it is, there are many people saying that the gameplay, like me, I would have tore Street Fighter apart. But again, after watching the gameplay, even from launch day, watching the gameplay looks solid. It looks fun. Street Fighter looks like a fun game, but that does not excuse the fact that they're still missing content. That doesn't excuse the fact that the game isn't where it should be. That doesn't excuse the fact that Capcom and Sony don't deserve all the money that people have thrown at them. None of that is excused, and more people need to speak about it. More people need to speak on it. You know, that's my opinion. That's why I say people need more of the Twitter accounts and the Facebooks and the YouTubes and anything that has to deal with gaming and a social media aspect. Even if it is someone who has like a wrong message, like there's a bunch of Xbox dudes who just can't stand PlayStation, who will say anything and everything that they can think of about PlayStation, you know. And I'm talking about the person who now, even if they're entitled to their opinion, I'm talking about the people who walk around and say that Uncharted 4 is going to be trash and nothing they've shown looks interesting. I can understand if you're not interested in Uncharted, but there's no way you can say that Uncharted 4 in total is going to be a bad game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, quality-wise, it looks like it is that good of a game. Or it will deliver that well for a game. But, like I said, there's going to come a time where we need to all, as gamers, consumers, say enough is enough. You know, we need to stop handing our money to these devs, because these devs, they don't really care. As long as they get their money, they'll push out the update and change the game an hour or a week later or fix the process. But other than that, I'm logging out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. Be on the lookout for the other 3 live streams I will be doing. Like I said, the platinum run for the order is coming. I will continue to be raging on Bloodborne. I'm gonna try to get one more up before the night's over. But that's about it. Sap Piff. I'm logging out. Deuces. follow your footsteps, nigga.